And we are live.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Zoom version of our HTMS 4970 webinar. And we're just glad to have you here. What do we have, 7 or 8 people on the call right now, Amanda?
Well, including ourselves, I think it's only 5.
Oh, okay. So, well, seven altogether, but 5 students. That's fantastic. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go over some stuff, but we want to try to test some things too. Could somebody, Amanda, give us the name of a student on the call there?
We have Eugene.
Eugene, how about can you see how to raise your hand? And then Amanda, if you could unmute.
Yep, I'll unmute Eugene. Oh, he is unmuted.
Oh, he's unmuted. Okay.
He's already unmuted. I have to mute everyone else though.
Oh, okay. Eugene, can you say something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
That was brilliantly said. Brilliantly said.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over some stuff here, and then if you guys have any questions, just raise your hand, and we'll open it up at the end. We're only going to be on here about 20 minutes, and so at the end we'll open it up, and you can ask questions. Okay, but you have to raise your hands then too, because otherwise I don't want to have a bunch of audio feedback. If you're in a room like, I don't know, is anybody at a soccer stadium or something like that right now, in a World Cup game, which might be a lot that don't raise your hand because there'll be too much noise in the background.
And what Professor Quain means by raise your hand, there's a button you can click within Zoom, and it literally says raise hand. So once you click that, it'll notify me, and I'll be able to tell who was raising their hand or needs to ask a question. So, and then when you have a question, we'll unmute you, and you can ask us the question.
Okay, so yeah, I'm using my cell phone. You guys are using your cell phones, I guess, Ladia. This is pretty cool. Amanda's in my office with her computer, her laptop computer. So, Amanda, we're going to go over how to take the quizzes online. So, would you mind quickly running through that for everybody, please?
Absolutely. So let me share my screen real quick. All right. So here we are on Blackboard. And once you sign into your course, you just go under quizzes.
Excuse me, Amanda, did you start recording?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you.
And I put them in chronological order as it says on the due date in the syllabus. So you just click on the quiz as you would. Like, I don't know if anybody's taken a quiz on Blackboard before, but like I just clicked on the first quiz, and then I click begin, and it'll take you through a multiple choice. It'll take you through a multiple choice quiz, and you have 2 attempts to answer. You have as much time as you want before the due date, so you can save it and come back to it. Like for the webinar quizzes, I know I put the link in the test bank or in the test instructions, so sometimes you have to refer back to the video to answer a question, so you can save the quiz and then watch the video. But just make sure you take all quizzes in Chrome or Firefox, because those are we don't usually have problems with that, but Internet Explorer, sometimes the quiz crashes and then I have to reopen it up for you guys.
And now everybody should have already taken the first quiz, right, Amanda?
Right, they should have.
The first webinar quiz.
Yeah, that's this. Yeah.
That was due last Sunday. Did you check on that and see how many, if everybody took it? Well, we'll check on that.
Yeah.
If you missed last week's quiz, which was due last Sunday night, we'll keep it open for you. Open it back up for you. Now there's going to be a quiz on this video here, and it'll be due this coming Sunday night, right, Amanda?
Yep.
All right, good. We'll probably get it up. It might not be up until Friday, because we still haven't written it yet. And we spent all of our time trying to learn how to use Zoom. So how many different categories of quizzes are there, Amanda?
There's the webinar quizzes.
Mm-hmm.
There are the job tour quizzes, and then the book quizzes.
From You'll Never Get It Right by Doing It Wrong.
Right.
Okay. So you just got to keep up with them, and because they have due dates on them, I think, don't they? Do they have due dates on them?
Yeah, but if something happens, obviously just email me. Life gets in the way.
Yeah, yeah. If you're getting behind on something, or if you miss a deadline, be sure to email us. Okay. Don't wait till the end and say, "Oh, by the way, I missed all 15 or 20 quizzes, and I'd like to make it up now." But we're not as happy about that. But if you miss it by a day or 2 days, whatever. But stuff happens, so don't be afraid to let us know. Okay. So now, how about if we open it up for questions, Amanda? Any questions about the quizzes we just talked about, or anything else about the course that people might have?
Sure. If you guys have a question, just use the raise your hand button and I'll unmute you. Or if you can't figure it out, just put the message in the chat and I'll read it to Professor Quinn and he can answer it for you.
Yeah. Or if you just want to tell us about where you're working, that'd be great too. We'd like to hear from you. Mostly we kind of want to test out the system here. So
yeah, it's very fancy.
Are we getting any raised hands?
Nope, nothing from anybody.
All right. Now we want to know where you're working. So, so if you could raise your hand, and then Amanda will let you know.
Oh, Brett's raising his hand.
So okay, good.
Lower his hand and unmute him. Brett, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right. So I actually do have a question, and then I guess I could share where I work if you want me to.
Sure.
You said that the quiz this week is going to be open on Friday. I work all weekend. Is it possible to? I know you guys are still writing it. Is it possible to get a couple extra days, maybe after Sunday, maybe
Sure.
Tuesday?
Sure.
Just to compensate for the only having 2 days to take the test or quiz or whatever.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
We'll keep this one open until like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week.
All right, that would be great. And I work at Borgata.
Wonderful.
I've been working there since the summertime. I was an intern manager there all summer, and then they offered me a part-time position after the summer.
Nice.
So I've been there when the summer comes, it'll be about a year. So some of the job what I do, as when I was a manager, I made a lot of the schedules. When I first started working there, they had me read their 65-page manual, which was last updated in 1995. So I spent the majority of my summer updating a lot of their paperwork and doing things like that, which was interesting.
That's great. What a great thing to do.
Yeah, and then there's like a valet test that you have to take at some point once you are fully trained, because they have a checklist that you go through when you start working there. And so I also redid their entire checklist for training, and I redid their entire test.
See, that's perfect, Brett, because that's exactly the kind of useful thing that the intern provider and the intern user can really do for each other. Because, I mean, let's face it, those are the kinds of things that are just a pain to do, and it's hard to get somebody with everything that's going on and that kind of stuff to update that stuff. So that's an excellent management project that you did there for them. And so that, because we were talking about this before, that would be a fantastic management project for this class, so this semester. So you just got to report on that basically, and you're covered.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks, Brett.
No problem.
Glad to have you in the class. I'm walking out in the hallway because we got some people in the classroom where I was sitting.
Okay. We don't have any other raised hands or questions.
Oh, let's call on somebody then. You know what? We don't know if people are in a place where they can talk.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, this was our first time using Zoom, and so I'm just going to do one thing here, because one of the things I would like to try to do later in the semester with Zoom is we'd like to have some people give us a job tour right through Zoom, and that would be your job tour video. So it would be a lot easier for you to do. Now, some places won't let you do that. Borgata is one of them, because you don't want to be, because of the sensitive thing with gamblers and that kind of stuff, But so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because I don't know how to do my rear-facing camera, so I'm just going to turn my phone around, and I'm in the hallway here at Stockton. So I could be, essentially giving you a tour. Amanda, is that showing up?
Yep, we can see it.
Amanda?
Yeah, we can see it. Your connection's just a little weak.
Let's see what's available in the vending machine, okay? Anybody who wants me to get something for them out of the vending machine, just raise your hand, okay? So anyway, so we'll be trying that later in the semester. So I guess we'll wrap up this webinar here. Any questions from anybody? Or Amanda, do you have any comments?
No, I think we're all set.
Okay, you guys doing a great job. Just keep up with your...
Wait, we have a question.
A question, all right.
So Kimberly said, I have a question. So I'm on the desktop and there's no button that says raise your hand.
Oh, interesting.
I know there is a button. I just can't do it from my end. Is anybody who on a desktop, can you tell us where the raise your hand button is? I just can't raise my hand because I'm a host. So if anybody is on their computer and knows how to, if you could type it in the chat, that would be great.
Amanda, in the meantime, can you try unmuting Kimberly?
Sure. All right.
Let's see if we can hear her. This is all new stuff. We're all experimenting here.
Kimberly.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Kimberly. This is exciting.
This is really interesting. I never did this in my life, actually.
You've never Zoomed before?
I never Zoomed before. This is really new to me, so that's why I had a question on how to work this.
Have you ever done Zumba before, which is very related to this?
Zumba, yes.
Okay,
Zumba.
this is very similar.
Oh, wait. Brett's raising his hand, so he might know how to. Should
Okay.
I mute him as well?
Yeah, let's tap Brett in, just see how this all works.
Hi, Brett.
Hey, I'm back. In order to do it from your desktop, what you do is you click. So if you have it, I'm not sure if you have it full screen or not, but on the very bottom of the picture that you're looking at, it should say participants.
Mm-hmm.
Click on participants.
And there's like a little hand.
When you see a list, yeah, it should say lower or raise hand, and then that's how you do it.
Okay.
Very cool. So now we've got 4 people talking. It's pretty good sound quality for that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really good.
Wow. Well, thanks, Brett. Thanks, Kimberly.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
This is exciting.
All
Anybody
right.
else with any questions or comments?
No comments in the chat, and nobody's raised their hand, so.
Well, it was a pleasure having you guys here. I mean, I thought for our first one, this went pretty well.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad it
Our
actually worked.
Our first Zoom. All right, guys. Well, we're signing off, and so you can expect the quiz questions to be, where does Brett work? How do you raise your hand if you're using a laptop? That kind of stuff. Okay. You should all do pretty well. Talk to you soon.